VCR Party Live, VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for the cassette that is our only hope. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they found. VCR Party Live, VCR Party Live, and Melinda's.
Well,
hello, Melinda.
Hi, Melinda's.
It doesn't get any smoother saying things at the same time on Zoom. It'll never work. Welcome to VCR Party Live. This is Tuesday night, 9 p.m., and I'm Nick. To my left, wait, how is it for you, Joe? Because you're the one recording this.
Well, it's like to my left right now is you, but to from my point of view on there, you're right. And then below is George, down below, and then over that way is Steve. And everybody has Nick's background.
Yeah, everyone decided to be in my house today, except for Joe. And
my computer's too old. Can't do it.
Oh, right. One day. And we watch a bunch of old VHS tapes with you, and we got a bunch of good ones today. I've been thinking about this because we've been talking about exercising in the house, and I want to start off with a found footage festival classic.
You caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
All right, this is from Volume 6 of our DVD and digital download. It's Exercise Montage Volume 6, and the reason I started recording a little late was I was doing a lot of blurring for a video called The Sexy Treadmill Workout. Can you see it on there?
Yeah, there's a big glare right over there. Yeah, there we go.
Better? Yeah. Yep. So this required some extensive blurring today and some moving.
Oh, that's why it took you so long, huh?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm hoping that this will. I'm hoping that I was thorough in the blurring, but who knows? I guess YouTube will tell us. Phonetics. And from the ATeam, it's a slightly off version of the theme.
Okay, let's begin your warm-up.
Once you get the go-ahead, grab that mini trampoline, throw the phone off the hook, and let's all jump to it.
I love to ride.
Unusually specific.
I like this song a lot.
Slim good bodies, daily exercises.
Hi, everybody. My name is Slim Goodbody, and this is my good friend, Exerbot.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
We gon' make it, we gon' make it.
I'm gonna use a motherfucking bitch, do my whole motherfucking workout.
Most swear words in the next show.
Motherfucker, I can start off with a little cardio shit.
Okay, well, you have to be on the picnic table to do the...
Yeah.
He didn't explain that.
Didn't fully think it through.
Some cardiovascular fitness unto the Lord. Let's start with some little bounces. Ready? And one. That's it.
Hi, I'm Peggy. This is Kids Running.
Good soundtrack here.
I hope I got everything.
Let's see your blurring here.
Welcome to the treadmill workout.
I think you missed her vagina on the last one.
She's wearing a bikini. I thought that too.
Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this exercise every day.
Yeah.
And this is all.
I'm gonna show you how big niggas do the ball. A lot of big niggas do weights, but they can't do the ball. Right now, my nigga done crack the ground for you. Let him presentate this ball.
Just gotta take a camcorder out to a playground.
Remember, go at your own pace. Doesn't do you any good to overdo.
7, doesn't that feel real good? 8.
Groin stretch. We did a lot of this on the ATeam television series I did a couple of years ago.
Remember, be good to your body and it will be good to you.
Groin
Thanks
stretches.
for watching, and we look forward to exercising with you again in a
I think you
couple
missed
of
your
days.
vagina.
Remember,
That was easy.
it's important not to get dehydrated. Allison, pour me a Crystal Light.
This is Paige Corbett for Kids Rugby. Keep fit and remember, say no to drugs.
It's kind of thrown an anti-drug message at the end there.
Yeah. I do think you missed part of her vagina. Her pubes were showing on that last one.
Really?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
saw it too.
Did you see the pubes too?
I did.
Can you show pubes on YouTube or no?
I guess it depends on whether we get a complaint for the community. Our YouTube community is a pretty discerning bunch. I don't know. So hopefully,
pube-wise they are.
Pube-wise, yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do some post-production on this episode. But the reason I thought of that is because I brought bought a treadmill recently to exercise in the house, and throughout this episode, I'm just gonna turn it on and kind of have it going so that I'm not just wasting my time. So I got the treadmill going here.
Yeah, well, yeah, let's see it.
There's the treadmill, and I'm gonna start off slow, but maybe I'll.
I think you should be running the whole time.
I don't think I can do that physically for an hour. I don't think I can do it.
I think you should run mostly, but then every so often just slow it down.
Well, I'll definitely be winded because one thing I realized after getting this is it's always at an incline. So I'm basically walking up a hill right now. So I'll be winded just doing the walk. But
okay,
yeah, I'll vary.
I want some action is what I'm asking for. Some action.
As long as you're in pain, Joe's happy.
I will be.
There you go.
I will be. I'll barely be able to breathe.
Okay, good. All right, we got another viewer request. This is kind of a new segment up top. We need a graphic for this. We have a new graphic today too. Stay tuned. We got a new graphic coming up. Very exciting. But we need a graphic for this. So a viewer request. We got an email from Josh from Seattle. He said, I don't know where this one was played in the VCR Party archive. It was a Tedium Corner where it's an old lady's birthday, and she was trying to play the piano. I don't remember too many details, but I remember laughing my ass off from the Tedium. Well, first, before we jump into this, and I have the answer, I know exactly what you're talking about. We're gonna let's just kick it off with a little Joe's Tedium Corner. You gotta play it, even if it's in the viewer request.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Hey, look, I don't make the wrong dude.
Yeah.
If I could give more than 5 Mickeys, I would.
I know.
It's always a good time. Always a good time to get a beer during this.
Yeah. I can slow it down, Steve. Steve's walking into
Whoa! That was amazing.
Wow. Okay, so
incredible.
That was so cool. You walked into a portal, Steve. Josh from Seattle. You were talking about Doris Johnson. This is when I worked at the video duplication house in Minneapolis right after college. Doris Johnson came across my desk, and they wanted like 5 copies, and I made one extra one for myself. And I don't know where you got the birthday thing. It wasn't her birthday. There was no mention of her birthday.
What, are you smoking crack? It wasn't her birthday.
It's not her birthday. So yeah, they set up a camera and they videotaped Doris Johnson plinking on the keyboard. And watch the little girl. She gets in a fight with her brother at the beginning, and this is a great video. Excellent request, Josh. Here we go. Let's get this party started. Doris Johnson coming at you.
Our thing doesn't work.
Organ.
Something wrong with our
The granddaughter's mad at her brother for. This is a Tedium All-Star, by the way. This is like one of the top Tedium videos of all time. Should we release like a Doris Johnson soundtrack or something?
Yeah.
Just for like $5 and up patrons or something? It's like...
That's what people want.
This needs a remix.
Could you if you knew what song she was playing, George, could you piece together this edit so that she plays it well?
I think she said she was trying to play Silent Night. And I heard at least one of those 400 notes was correct. So maybe we could work off that. I'll see what I can do.
Could you make this into a good song, George? Even if it's not the song she intends to play.
Yeah, I'll put it over at the backing track of When the Levee Breaks by Zeppelin, and we'll...
Or maybe... there it is.
There it is. So that was Doris Johnson. Josh, excellent request. Keep the requests coming. If there's something you've seen in the past that we haven't shown enough of, let us know. We'll play the whole video. We'll whatever. Yeah, that's my favorite part of the show now.
Well, I didn't want to have to do this, but that means by law I'm forced to do a Nick's Excitement Corner. So let's take a look at that.
Is it a request or is it
not a request? Okay, you asked for it. So
I think this might be illegal because that was a request. That wasn't part of a Tedium Corner.
But you've got to assume when he's making the request, he knows if you request Tedium, you're gonna get some Nick's Excitement Corner.
It's
with
the balance.
It's yin and yang.
Well, it should be a request for Nick's Excitement Corner.
I'm requesting it.
I think that was in the subtext.
All right, good.
George
got me off on a technicality.
George found the loophole.
So everybody's talking about the Chicago Bulls documentary that
it's excellent.
Talking about the 80s Bulls.
It's so good.
So I saw that there's a Scottie Pippen local commercial for a hoagie shop in Chicago that was making the rounds. And I thought it was exciting enough and slightly phallic enough to share. So here, let me find that. Here we go.
Chicago's original submarine, Mr. Submarine.
This is 1 6-footer. I can't handle one-on-one. Ladies, let's have a party.
Choose from Mr. Submarine's great lineup
Nailed
of
the
your
line.
favorite subs. Mr. Submarine's king-size sub, a regular sub piled high with your favorite meats and cheeses.
For the best tasting meal around, Mr. Submarine is the real stuff.
Chicago's original submarine,
Mr. Submarine.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah. So
what I'm learning from the documentary is that he didn't make a lot of money at all. Like everybody else made so much more money than him, so he had to take on these like shitty local Subway shop.
Right, and when you see his acting skills there, you see why he didn't quite translate the way that Michael Jordan did. So
yeah, and I was going to call you out on that not being that exciting of a commercial until he slam dunked the hoagie.
Yeah,
he slam dunked the hoagie, then I was like, okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's why they call it Nick's Excitement Corner. By request from George. All right. There. The universe is full.
Are you working up a sweat at all?
It's getting there, yeah. It's getting there. I'm gonna up it to 3 miles an hour.
At some point, do you think you'll take your shirt off? You might have
probably.
To.
That's what I do in exercise. So yeah.
Yeah, you might have to.
All right.
When you're at home by yourself, do you take your shirt off when you're exercising?
No.
You don't?
No. I want to drip sweat all over my floor. No. You wear clothes to wick away sweat from your body.
No, you don't wear the shirt so that you can continue to wear the shirt after you're done exercising.
What I do is I wash the shirts that I exercise in. So
I guess you wash 2 shirts for the day that you exercise.
Yeah, I have exercise.
Environmentally wasteful.
He's got me there. Yep. I guess I'll drip sweat on my carpet and then use cleaner to clean that up later. That doesn't sound very environmental. Yeah.
Is your sweat that toxic?
Enough that I'd want to wash my shirt or my furniture if it got on there. Yeah. Do you not wash your sweat off your furniture and carpet?
I don't sweat that hard on my furniture and carpet. It falls down my body.
Well, you don't have a treadmill, do you?
I do. I have a stair stepper.
Why aren't you on it?
This does seem a little unfair.
Yeah, I saw he wrote out the notes. I was like, I'm not going to do that one.
All right,
that's Nick's thing. All right, that's it. That's okay. So
let's get into show and tell, shall we?
Let's do it. Roll it. All right, you want to start this party, or do you want me to start this party, or?
I'm excited. I'll start the party. Yeah.
Okay.
So our pal Joshua from Huntsville has been putting together various. He and some buddies have collected a bunch of old VHS tapes where people recorded commercials off TV in the Huntsville, Alabama area from the 90s all the way up to the 80s all the way up to the 2000s.
Starting to get winded.
Yeah. I went up to 3. That might have been a mistake.
Especially this early.
All right, let's get it entertaining now.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right. So here's his latest batch. I really like this one. It's Huntsville Rewind.
Mattress King is going for the gold with Olympic-sized savings that will knock the competition out.
I may be dead, hubba hubba, but that won't stop my burning love. Alabama Agricultural Commissioner A.W. Todd, looky here. Bonita McDuffie, an interior decorator listed as a Todd inspector. She can't even inspect my blue suede shoes. Even Todd's 14-year-old grandson was on the payroll. Don't be cruel. Elect Mac Parsons Agricultural Commissioner. With Parsons, I may still be dead, but at least I'll come to work. Thank you very much.
Elect Mac Parsons, the taxpayer's watchdog.
Has nothing to do with it.
A long walk.
All right, team, straighten this guy out, and then it's a party at Terry's Pizza. Now let's do it. Let's go.
Should they license this song?
There's fire.
Yeah. They just gave a little commercials, free license to use that.
Get out of here! Terry's
Oh, that was fun.
the winning choice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Same thing next week.
They won.
For a personal one-on-one psychic reading, trust the Psychic Center in Madison. For a professional aura reading,
It's like a fun place to go see a psychic, doesn't
call
it?
the Psychic Center and make your appointment today. The Psychic Center, Highway 72.
It's always somebody's house.
The most beautiful sound in the world is children laughing.
Look at that haircut. That's a young Brian Bosworth. Cacophony. Make it stop.
No, it's the most wonderful song in the world.
Your laughter headquarters, the Northeast Alabama State Fair.
They didn't put a lot of thought into that commercial.
No, it was just like nightmarish children's laughter.
That was terrible. That was an awful
supposed to
commercial.
Promote the state fair there in Alabama. So.
Oh, it just hurt my ears.
Yeah, I know. It's all over now. So thanks to Joshua. Huntsville Rewind is he's got an Instagram where he posts a bunch of these.
We are about to make history today because today is an unprecedented day. Today is the day that we have 2 Joe's Tedium Corners.
Oh, no.
2!
I didn't come with this much excitement. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
You're on a treadmill. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, you're surprised the excitement right now. Dripping your sweat all over your carpet that you'll have to clean up eventually.
Nope, got the shirt on. That's why.
Oh, it soaks it all up. I see.
Yep.
Okay. Do you ever take your shirt off around the house?
Never, no.
Really?
No.
Interesting. Okay, so this is okay. So this came from Jeff. I'm taking a lot of submissions today. Jeff from California sent this. He said, here's his email. He said, it's a local live news show from Lake County, California. It was filmed back in 2016. It has some hardcore cable access vibes. There's a ton of tension between the 2 hosts, lots of passive-aggressive behavior, bickering, cats walking around the set and on laptops, and barking dogs interrupting the show, and lots of tedium. So,
like looking into a mirror.
So when we watch this, it's this husband and wife couple, and Nick, I want to figure out which one is you and which one is me.
Okay.
In this, and
okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to set up. I went through and I edited the first 5 minutes because he was like the first 5 minutes are just gold. So I just focused on the first 5 minutes. I actually watched the first 20 minutes. So here we go. LCM Talk Show, August 10th, 2016.
Yes, it's a good day from Pat Kelly. Good morning to you, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on Lake County Magazine Talk Show. I'm Terry Larson, and somewhere in the back hinter regions of our studio is my husband, Pete, who's having a problem. Just hit the other take button in the center where the bar is. He's still learning how to use the equipment because, again, our technical director decided
I was about to
not
say
to show up
something
today, so we are doing things on our own.
I was waiting
which
for
we're
you.
getting pretty used to.
We're
So
missing
here
some
we
good
are.
lines here. She's
But-
talking about how the technical director didn't show up like they used to. It's the more passive aggressive
We are
one.
doing things on our own, which we're getting pretty used to. So here we are.
And that's why they call me Pete the tax guy, not Pete the engineer.
So true, so true. Hey, but you did it, babe, and it doesn't look too bad. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Yes, sir.
Considering I've only had 1 cup of coffee, no breakfast.
I know, no microwave here because we decided to take it out.
I just want to stop it now. What do you guys think about it so far?
Man, I'm all in.
Solid gold. I like the man's slight frame. I like the woman's camouflage hat. I mean,
excellent.
Got it all.
Okay, listen closely to the dialogue. Some masterful passive aggression here.
For the other people who never showed up. So.
And my chair is now occupied.
Yes, Patch is taking over the show.
Can I have some room? Good morning there, folks. It's going to be one of those days. We have midnight, we have daylight, and we have Patch.
This is midnight. It was just the sweetest little thing. What are you doing?
I'm turning your volume down a bit because my ear is being blasted.
Okay.
That's better, thank you.
Have we looked at our...
I mean, I say that more often than anyone, I think.
I'm not the technician. But I'll go check now.
No, there's nothing you can do.
Wait. Do you guys hear what's going on here?
Yeah, I'm not the technician.
Okay, yeah.
There?
No, I'm not the technician. But I'll go check now.
No, there's nothing you can do.
Are you trying to tell me that I'm incompetent?
Yeah, well, it's just, I don't try to do tax returns. You shouldn't try to do the equipment.
Well, you keep on telling me I have to learn.
Well, you do, but you're not learning. That's the hard part.
Okay, I got 2 mental problems now, okay?
I know, and you can use that for an excuse as long as you want.
I'm going to, thank you.
Wow.
That's fine.
Thank you. So, I have Patch and Midnight.
Palmer knew.
Thank you, guys. Distinct odors in this place.
Kitty odors.
Yes. Don't fall. Oh, thank you.
Would you mind checking out the door? There's obviously someone there that doesn't realize this door's open. So if you would, please.
That's how my desk is open.
Sorry, folks. It's tough when we don't have anybody here to help us, and that happens quite a bit these days.
Weird that people wouldn't want to come in.
So
yeah, I know.
In the middle
Seems like
of
a
moving,
ball of
and
laughs.
we're getting ready to relocate, so everything's been scaled down quite a bit until we make the move, so a lot of people are not here.
I want to see the scaled up version.
And things don't work the way they are when that happens. So, nobody there?
There's nobody at the door, guys.
Oh, okay. So our dogs are like super sensitive and just really bark at everybody, I guess you could say. They're bored, yes.
Crank it up!
The dogs are bored.
I think that was a Nick's excitement corner. That I was on the edge of my seat. I loved it.
A lot of tension. A lot of.
I debated whether I should have it as like just a regular clip or a tedium, but then like while I was watching, if you watch the whole thing, I spared you. I
wanted to see when you cut away from it. I was like, I wonder what happened in that footage that led up to this next awkward moment.
Well,
I wanted to be there.
They talked about an earthquake that had happened, and so that was the conversation. But they kept getting interrupted by the dogs were barking. Somebody might be at the front door. Then nobody is at the front door.
And little did they know the interruptions were way more entertaining than the actual show.
Yeah. And how long would you guess that show is?
Half hour?
That was my guess.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
So there's a lot more to go.
Oh, you got to send it over to me, Joe.
Whoa.
I'd love to dive in.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I think it has like 41 views right now.
You've got to have them on.
Oh, we should. So, Nick, which one did you think was more like you and which one was more like me?
I think I was more like the lady because I was trying to kind of keep the ship afloat, and the other guy was trying to tank it. And to me, that's the most.
He wasn't trying to tank it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess not. He was being kind of.
I want to hear George's opinion before I
thought he was being crushed by her. He was used to being crushed. So in that sense, I thought he was more like Nick.
He just kind of was like, it's easier to just
Here's what
let
I
her
think.
have her way.
I think it was two Nick Prewers. I think two different sides of Nick Prewer in the same show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You solved it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's possible. Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Nick went through the portal that you went through earlier, Steve. So, and that's where he ended up.
I'm going to go through the portal and get one more beer. I'll be right back.
All right, there you go.
I love
let's
watching
see.
this.
I want to see this. Yeah, let's all watch.
Yeah. Watch Steve go through the portal.
Oh.
Okay. He's
Wait,
not
wait.
staying.
Oh.
Ooh, so close.
He'll emerge from your bookcase momentarily.
They haven't quite figured out the technology yet.
Nick, what do you got?
Well, so Matthew Jones. He's our patron saint in Austin.
Yeah.
He, many years ago, like we've known him for like 13, 14 years, and he works at a place where he dupes videos for people. So he'll take VHS tapes and make copies for people. And
like half of these DVDs next to me are Matthew Jones's. Matthew Jones sent us so many of these.
And he would like catalog them and write down what he found. And occasionally he'll still send us something. But he was digitizing something. He goes, I just thought you would appreciate this. And it's a series of commercials for, I believe it's called Blue Bonnet Cafe, which was a cafe in somewhere in Texas, because you can tell. And the guy did a series of commercials for him, and they all ended the same way with him around various what looked to be real diner patrons. So I put together some of my favorites from the Blue Bonnet Diner.
Okay. Can you repeat everything you said to Steve? Steve missed it. He was going to get
Yeah.
Heard it all.
All right, hang on a sec. I gotta find that clip. I thought I had it up.
Now, I'm not odd, but I am unique, so made to order is what I seek. When the dinner bell rings, this cowboy don't line up at the fast food trough. That pre-cooked junk food's not for me. Where it ain't at, that's where I'll be, at my favorite day or night grab-a-bite, that good old Blue Bonnet Cafe, where they don't start cooking till I'm done looking. From homemade soup to homemade pie, there's everything you'd want to try. Food that's made from real recipes, not some operations manual. There's burgers, fish, or chicken. Have one or both. Liver and onions, and Wednesday's meatloaf. Tacos and omelets and steaks, and why, this menu reads like a menu. The message here, folks, is plain to see. They're one of a kind, like you and me.
It's our favorite day or night grab-a-bite.
Yep, the Blue Bonnet is what's cooking in Marble Falls.
I didn't understand a word those people said.
Got this theory I'd like to tell you about. If homemade's so good, why do folks eat out? Because Blue Bonnet made's just as good or better, and the dishwasher's self-loading. They've got rolls and biscuits and pies and pies and pies at my favorite day or night grab-a-bite, that good old Blue Bonnet Cafe. Make mine chocolate. Now, I'm nothing but a country guy, but I am a connoisseur of chocolate pie. And the one this little old cafe makes could win a bake-off anywhere. There's apple that'd make Johnny Appleseed cry, and cherry that could make George Washington lie. And the crust, all that Blue Bonnet crust. Why, on some, ice cream is a must. So for better than homemade and easier too, just do what the folks in the hill country do.
It's our favorite day or night grab-a-bite.
That Blue Bonnet Cafe. Yeah, the Blue Bonnet. That's what's cooking in Marble Falls.
Matthew described the customers
So
as
when the
zombies.
hungry say it's time for lunch, y'all swing on in and munch a bunch. It's my favorite day or night grab-a-bite. That good old Blue Bonnet Cafe. Yep, the Blue Bonnet. It's what's cooking in Marble Falls. It's our favorite day or night grab-a-bite. That good old Blue Bonnet Cafe. Yep, the Blue Bonnet is what's cooking in Marble Falls. It's our favorite day or night grab-a-bite. That good old Blue Bonnet Cafe. Yep, the Blue Bonnet is what's cooking in Marble Falls.
That's it, the Blue Bonnet Cafe commercials. The
Wow.
folksy, Western rhyming, everything rhymed in the commercial.
I felt like they were like over 30 seconds. Like some of those commercials felt like they were long. Or did it just feel that way?
I think it just felt like that way.
He didn't take a breath at all. It was.
Why would Johnny Appleseed cry? I don't understand. Like, because he was ashamed of that apple pie over his own apples.
Because they used so many of his apples, maybe.
Oh yeah.
It was ruining his life's work.
But they did kind of look like zombies. An older crowd, I would say, non-diverse older crowd shuffles in behind him, and they're all wearing like shiny, those like turquoise tracksuits with the different patterns on them and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I wondered if they were already patrons, like they were already there eating, and then they're like, "Hey, we're shooting a commercial. Can you guys say this?"
A lot of them, having watched them, a lot of them are repeats. So I'm guessing family members and maybe some regulars that they had come be ringers. But yeah,
I thought for one moment I saw a PA or an AD come in when there was that big mirror shot.
Oh, really?
That. Yeah.
Yeah. Take a look.
I don't think those shoots had an AD on the set.
They had somebody against that.
I don't think there was an assistant director. I think there was like one guy. There was a camera guy.
Put it on the Bluebird Cafe IMDb under goofs and gaffes.
Gonna do it.
All right, I'm gonna keep with the public access, and I'm gonna keep with viewer submissions. Jessica from North Carolina sent me this. It's a public access show called E.T. Rock, and she goes, it was a show that featured all music videos by this guy named Jim Pace and featured a bevy of middle-aged babes as his muses. And I watched this, and I absolutely loved it because it's everything that you want public access to be. This is what you want to, like, stumble home. When you stumble home drunk at, like, 2 in the morning on a Friday, you want this to be on the TV. You want this show, E.T. Rock, to be on. It's a lot like Jan Terry. He's a singer-songwriter. He writes original music, and he produces and directs his own videos. And he does 3 videos per show. And on YouTube right now, I think they have 5 episodes of the show. I've only watched this one.
I watched 4 of them.
Did you?
Whoa.
Yes, all of them?
I think I only saw 4, but I watched those 4.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna show 2 of the music videos here, and I think that's all the setup I need. Here it is, E.T. Rock. And George, did you do any research on this? Or
yes, I did.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Here we go. Here's E.T. Rock. Cracked open another beer. Oh, it's heaven. It's heaven. So she introduces everyone.
In the ever-changing world that we live in, things are getting crazier and crazier. People go to movies and then blow up subway token booths. You never know what to expect or what to do. I think the hardest thing that we're going to have to do these days is try to figure out what to wear. The old business suit going to work in the morning may no longer be safe. So watch this and you'll know what to do from now on.
She's right. Things are getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah, the question is what to wear. Songs are actually pretty cool. So this is how all the videos are. This is Dad's buddy in their apartment. That's Jim Pace.
With bare walls.
From now on, they're rearranged.
I guess he's a weapons collector.
Yeah. It's a band of incels.
Nunchucks. Swords.
Does E.T. ever make an appearance here?
0 ETs.
Wild can be defined as turbulent or lacking discipline or even crazy, and love as passion or desire. Put them both together and you sometimes have a lethal combination.
Webster's Dictionary defines love as
They say that it's blind, now it's messing with your mind. It's a wild thing, it's a wild thing. Even when it's gone, it keeps us hanging on.
Squint, it kind of looks like Trace Ballou from Mr.
It's a wild thing. Longer than we
I can see that. She wrote love on her chest.
Heaven and the earth and the stars in the sky would all mean nothing if you weren't mine. All of the heavens and the stars
Catchy, isn't it?
you and me and a thing called love.
There it is.
Whoa.
That's
more E.T. Rock.
That's just 2. That's just 2 songs of 5 episodes where they have 3 songs each.
Holy
And
cow.
Georgia, what do you got? Did you get the email from her?
No, I saw I saw what you were going to be showing, and I wanted to get a sense of what this involved, and it had the feel of like early Ween or They Might Be Giants, where the guys play with a reel-to-reel in the background. Like it's pre-recorded stuff. I mean, stylistically, it's more like something like a, I don't know, Dog Bowl or some like no wave New York thing. But there, some of the other videos have a full band, which is interesting. And I agree. The songs are actually better than I was expecting.
And there's like a vision for all the videos too. You know, he's like, I mean, they get a little repetitive, like the woman with love written on her chest. It went on like that for like 4 minutes.
Yeah,
but
and this was 96 because somebody mentioned at some point that there was going to be an Olympics in Atlanta that summer. So these are all
some good creep research there.
Yeah, and I tried to find Jim
creep
Pace,
search.
And apparently his name is Jim S. Pace or Jim Space.
Oh.
And so that might be why it's called E.T. Rock. And he had, I haven't been able to find him, but I do know where he moved to most recently. But but everybody in there has a relatively common name, and I haven't been able to find anybody involved in the entire production. There's like at the end there's credits and there's his home address at the end of it.
Yeah. Yes, he did have his home address. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say, but
it is enjoyable. It's enjoyable.
It is, they all have like 40 hits. There's one comment on one of the videos that said that he's impossible to find. That the guy who uploaded
George,
it,
that's a challenge for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so. I do, like I said, I have his address I do have his new address, but I don't have his new phone number yet. But I'm just going to drive down. The thing you want when in quarantine is for somebody to knock at your door and say, "Hey, remember what you did 24 years ago?"
Especially when he has that many guns, and if those were the weapons.
Right. He has nunchucks and
I'm not even going to knock. I'm just going to open the door.
He has those what's the one that Raphael has? Size?
Yeah.
A size. He has size too. Like in that video, she pulls out like 2 huge size.
Yeah.
Quite the arsenal.
Wow.
Nunchucks. There's a lot going on there.
Well, that was a hell of a show and tell. Let's wrap it up.
All right, we got a new segment. Well, it's not a new segment. It's a segment we've been doing for a while. But we got a new graphic for that
Excited
segment.
to see this.
Yeah, here it is.
Our how-to guide on how to watch cyber videos on the internet. So once we're wrapped up, you should have a pretty good idea of how to watch those.
You're getting winded now.
I'll start off.
Okay,
Steve,
go, Steve.
So mine is a throwback to my youth. Growing up in New England, there was, this is in the 80s. There was not a lot to watch on the television. You only got a few. It was pre-cable, pre-everything else. And there was this one clown that I both hated. I didn't really enjoy the show, but it was like the only kids thing on, so you'd end up watching it more than you wanted. I'm just going to show you a little clip of him, but his big bit was he didn't talk, he whistled. So
I'm annoyed already.
So I kept
worse than talking.
Yeah, there was only like 2 videos that I could find of him, and one was a blooper. So this is it. But I'm going to leave the pre-roll so you guys can get yourself in the mindset of a young Steve Lawrence.
Okay.
Lasers, 3D holographic stickers. See Masters of the Universe, My Little Pony, and Transformers come alive. Laser.
These were the exciting toys of the time.
I loved color forms.
Come enjoy America's good old days any day of the week at Heritage Plantation. Heritage that hops and gallops and leaps and bounds and chuckles and smiles. Artistic heritage that's painted and carved. Natural heritage that wanders and blooms.
These are the exciting things they were trying to get kids to do.
On a real carousel. And a classic collection of heritage on wheels. Visit America's most unusual museum.
The most boring museum.
Heritage Plantation of Sandwich on Cape Cod.
Okay, now you all know Sleepy wears a hat like Popeye, so let's make sure we do the hat, which is another half circle, a line, another C shape, and another backward C. And
Oh, the mass hole accent
in the middle, and color this thing
Can you
just
hear
a
the
little
whistling
bit.
in the background?
And there's baby Sleepy. Oh, well, you have to practice, Willie. It's easy, but keep practicing, and everybody will be able to do it as fast as I do.
I'm going to...
Sure, I
Well.
can come back tomorrow. Okay, I'll give it a try.
Let's practice a surprise, Fred. What do you think? Right.
He hosted the show, The Whistling Clown?
And the way I remember it, oh, sorry, keep playing.
He hosted the show for a half hour?
Yeah, that's the way I remember
Seems
it.
like you needed a lot of help, though. What's that? You say, I can't find the, it's a lot of that.
It was nothing but whistling.
Oh my
Why
God.
would anybody like that? Why would
I don't
anybody? You want to be able to communicate with your clown.
It ran for like 20 years, almost 20 years.
Wow. Didn't have to do much back then.
No.
And then he was grandfathered in by the time the 90s rolled around, right? So
I think he stopped in the 80s.
Well, at least like Bozo, at least he talked. You know?
Let me go next because mine's might be equally irritating.
Okay.
And this, I remember in 2005, The Stranger, the alt weekly from Seattle, did a story where they had a mole, this guy who was a Starbucks manager, who attended a big meeting for all the managers of Starbucks nationally, and here's how he described the scene.
I haven't heard a word you've been. I'm so distracted. I haven't heard a word you're saying.
The managers were standing in front of a huge American bandstand S45 single, dancing in the air, and they all had rock and roll Halloween wigs on, and they were pretending to be in the band Jefferson Starship, but they called themselves Jefferson Starbucks. And they did a song, and then they released it as an MP3 to all the managers who were there. No one took video of this, apparently, although I believe they might have. We just haven't found it yet.
It might be out there somewhere.
So if you find it, please let us know. So what I did is I took the MP3 and just put it to images of Starbucks trash that I found on the internet. So we built this Starbucks. I'm only going to play a little bit of this too, because.
Oh yeah, this is such a great song here.
All right, ready?
We built this Starbucks. We built this Starbucks on heart and soul. Built this Starbucks. You built this Starbucks on heart and soul.
Didn't this look at flagged?
Say you
No,
won't
not a
slow
chance.
down or rest at this place. Say you don't know how we grew to this kind of place. Knee deep in the mocha,
Knee deep in the mocha.
making coffee right. So many partners working late at night, living the ways of being in the green apron book. Don't you remember we built this Starbucks? You built this Starbucks on heart and soul. We built this Starbucks.
Good running music.
We built this Starbucks on heart.
Good pace.
Built this Starbucks.
The Green Apron book, I guess, is their training
You
manual.
built this Starbucks on heart and soul.
There's apparently a video behind the paywall at Adweek.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Someone's always working.
I mean, this is the same thing as the DTE.
Yeah.
Yellow Pages
We
song.
care and service levels
Crank it up.
are driving better sales.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that
We
for now.
just want to build.
But
Yeah,
they use all the jargon. We might go out on that if you can tolerate it. But yeah, they've got like in the NPTs, don't quit. You know, they have all the corporate jargon you have to learn at any job, but set to Jefferson Starbucks. So if you can find that video, if you're a member of Adweek, let us know.
I just thought of the public access show with the guy who's running on a treadmill and painting.
Yeah.
We should have shown that one too, because it's you attempting to host a show while out of breath.
Yeah, it's probably not as entertaining as you think it would be. It's more just difficult.
There's some distractions.
Yeah, a little bit.
I would say go back down to 3 miles per hour.
Okay, I'm at 4 now.
Oh, you're at 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's the
3.
sweat levels at?
Drenched.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nothing on your carpet, though.
Woo. Nope, but a lot on my back.
I'll go next. I did 2 really short ones here. What was it? On Saturday, I was looking on YouTube, and then all of a sudden I got roped into one of those hour-long compilations of news bloopers, of TV news bloopers, which just, they're my favorite things in the world. Even the ones, they're like pizza. Like, even the ones that aren't that good are still really good, you know? Even when it's just kind of whatever. And I watched, like, I don't know, I probably watched 2.5 hours just straight. And not even, like, doing anything. It wasn't, like, on in the background. It was me focused on it for, like, 2.5 hours. So I'm going to show you 2 of my favorites. And I think these are pretty well-known. You know, it's some pretty basic selections here. But do you guys know the Rodney Stanger? You guys know Rodney Stanger?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. You're in for a treat. So a person was murdered, and Rodney Stanger was the person who murdered her. And here's the video. That part's not the funny part. The funny part is, well, you'll see. Okay.
Of 2000, the possible suspect, Rodney Stanger, seen here. Well, this is not Rodney Stanger.
That's not Rodney Stanger.
Well, we're going to get a
hamster
picture. He's
with a
currently in a Florida jail,
clapboard.
accused of murdering his girlfriend. He did live at one point.
Yeah.
In a habitat.
Yeah.
Worked in the entertainment industry.
He was an AD, right? That's what the ADs do, right, Steve? No. Yeah, that's what ADs do?
No, that's a camera assistant. I thought you were being facetious.
Okay, all right. So that's that one. I'm just going to show another one. Insane Newsman. Do you guys know Insane Newsman?
I don't know.
It's just the way he it's just the way that he just reads the copy. It's just...
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday. The body of Jimmy Fresky was found by firefighters on Monroe Street and Tish Way in San Jose.
One more time.
Needed a gap between those.
Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday. The body of Jimmy Fresky was found by firefighters on Monroe Street and Tish Way in San Jose.
Poor Jimmy, that's his legacy.
That's up there with 70 degrees. That was amazing.
It really is. And now they're just popping up on my YouTube. The algorithm is just like, oh, that's what he wants. So, like, I get nothing but news bloopers in my feed now.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm not complaining at all.
No, sir.
No.
All right, so I'm going to show another great Philadelphia commercial. It was sent in by Matt Hauser, my band's drummer, who's a big fan of this show. I think you guys met him. Mm-hmm. Joe, you met him. So Cinderella was
good egg.
Great egg. Cinderella was an 80s hair band out of Philadelphia, and early in their career, they couldn't get their video played on MTV. So their solution was to record a hair metal jingle for a local chili dog stand and have the commercial run on MTV. And that airplay helped them get much needed exposure. So here is Cinderella's Pat's Chili Dog commercial.
With Cinderella. Wow. Chili dogs. Okay.
So there's a couple of things there. There's one, let me see if I can, right here, it's just on the screen for a second, but a kid being a chili dog being forced down this kid's throat. It's very disturbing. And then at the end, I want you to look at this guy right here. I think it's Larry Bud Millman, but I can't be sure.
Oh, I thought maybe that was Pat.
Had that look.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah, maybe it was Pat.
So, I don't know.
Oh, wow. And like in Cinderella, I think they took themselves pretty seriously. I don't think
sure
they were like
did.
a joke band like Kiss or something. I think their song was Nobody's Fool. And the reason I know this is because I remember in middle school, a friend wanted me to do a talent show where we would air jam to Nobody's Fool by Cinderella. So that's how I know Cinderella. But they're very like serious. And then for them to do a chili dog restaurant.
Did you do the air jam or no?
No, I didn't. I talked them out of it. Yeah. No, not yet. Yeah.
Damn.
But I was like, are we gonna have to like dress up? Because they always dressed up as, like androgynous, or like they had like the female look where they put on makeup. And I was like, do we have to do that? And I'm like in 6th grade.
I would have done it. All right, and that's how to watch cyber videos on the internet. Well, let's get into nice things. We got a few things for nice things. There's a guy who has been doing a drawing a day of a found footage character. And the most recent one is somebody I think you'll recognize. Wait, hang on a second. It's almost like it's distracting to try to find these things and do the.
It's almost like this wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
It's almost like you could have run before you did the show, or maybe after.
All right. So this is multitasking. Here's his latest drawing. This is Ned E on Twitter, and that's the rejuvenation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at that. Linda
That is
Evans.
Absolutely beautiful. I want that on a white T-shirt without any explanation.
Looks like charcoal, maybe. And
work
also,
of art.
Speaking of works of art, Travis Thompson hit us up on Twitter, and he's been doing. I think we played John Dacre on a previous How to Watch Cyber videos.
Oh yeah.
And we said we want that to be an oil painting. Well, he hopped into Photoshop, and he gave us an oil painting of John Dacre.
Look at that.
Which could hang on any museum wall, I think.
Oh, absolutely. You can just, oh man, you can feel it.
But he wasn't done there. Just out of the blue, we didn't even request this one. But look at this gorgeous, looks like an oil painting of.
Oh, Atlas Butler.
Yeah,
Wow.
It looks like he's saying what there, Steve?
My nose isn't full of yuck anymore.
Hey, got it.
He got it.
So
the yawn. I wonder if that's one of the only genuine yawns in commercial history.
Yeah, that made the final cut, you mean?
Yeah, I think that's worth remembering on an oil painting. So,
I agree.
Yeah,
There's
thank you, Travis.
One more piece of art, and this is original art as well, that who gave us this one? Well, I'll show it first. I think we played Jeff's Birds for Easter, and we requested that somebody make a stop-motion animated special called Jeff's Birds, a whole movie of a guy who finds a bunny rabbit. And didn't make a stop-motion, but looks like Jeff Morin made a VHS tape of a Rankin Bass production there.
It's so good. That's very accurate. I could see that on our shelf on a VHS tape. Jeff's Birds with that guy with the Newport. Love the Newport Pleasure.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice detail there.
That's the detail.
One more physical thing. I know we've been talking
about.
He's
a little girl's every dream.
Yeah. Just the detail on it. It's so good. This just came in the mail just before we started the show. This is the last nice thing. We got ourselves a Flowbee. An untouched Flowbee haircutting vacuum system.
Finally.
Yep. We couldn't find, they're going for $200 on the internet. Turns out Michael Innes, who's a viewer, Melinda, had one. He said his hair was too thick for it. And I said, well, mine's not. So I'm going to give it a shot. And so by Saturday's show, Quarantine Classics, I will have a Flowbee haircut to show off. And I'm going to make a process video.
Oh, I can't wait.
How I do it.
Do like a time lapse too, so we can see like the the progress of everything. Yeah.
One last nice thing. This is a message we got from a patron on Patreon 2 days ago. It said last night Me and the wife finally pulled the trigger on becoming Patreon backers and stayed up way too late watching EP mode. This morning, she went into labor. My son was born about an hour ago, and my wife is feeding him presently. Now that things calmed down, I asked her if I could get her anything. VCR Party, she said.
Yes.
I want to watch VCR Party. Well, fine, says I. This I can do. He says, just know that within an hour of entering the world, my son was watching the Party Planner video guide, and I can't thank you enough. Melinda out.
That kid is gonna be the president of the United States of America someday.
I know.
Probably, yeah.
And
that is gonna be the coolest kid on the planet.
Yep, and I think nowadays there's no rules about becoming a president. So the fact that his parents on Patreon are called fans of Fan of Cum Squid won't make a difference. He could still get elected. So congratulations, fans of Fan of Cum Squid, on the new bundle.
Wait, do you want to explain the fans of Cum Squid? Like,
well,
I feel like we haven't talked about that in a long time.
Yeah, we had an early patron who supported us named Cum Squid, and we thanked him on air. I assume it's a him. And and then he dropped out. And so we kind of had a memorial for losing Cum Squid.
Why Cum Squid? Why?
And then somebody decided, a new backer named themselves Fan of Cum Squid. And now these new parents just describe themselves as fans of Fan of Cum Squid. So it's a snake eating its own tail.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. I think Cum Squid did come back, though, eventually.
He did. Yeah, they always do. For this kind of content.
I have two nice things that that Bob sent me. This one he sent directly from Amazon, and I already opened it up and disinfected everything. And ferret lax. It's for hair. It's for hairball treatment. He said that he got you. He sent me a nice note. He said that he got Nick the shampoo.
Yeah.
Said Nick got the shampoo. I'm wondering what you're going to do with the ferret laxative. So I have the ferret laxative. It's for hairballs and aids in the prevention of hairballs. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Is it?
Just put it on a cracker maybe and see what happens.
I kind of want to, I'm just going to smell it.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm so glad we're not shooting in the same studio right now because I know what you try to do with that.
It doesn't smell that bad.
Put it on a Ritz.
I will next week. Stay
Okay.
tuned, everybody.
I could use it for my beard.
Some ferret laxative?
Yeah.
But it smells
It's not a laxative, though, right?
It's called ferret lax.
I don't think it's a laxative.
It smells more like a perfume than it does like a... Or do you put it
What does a laxative smell like?
I think you put it in their hair, no?
In their hair?
Yeah, how would a laxative help?
For hair balls, so you don't spit them up.
Oh.
It helps it digest and...
I don't know. I have to look into this.
Do not administer to ferrets less than 6 months of age.
Our
You put it on their
Our Patreon is patreon.com/foundfootagefestival, everybody. So
Red hairballs in adult ferrets administer half teaspoon of ferret lax 2 to 3 times per week, more often during the spring shedding season. They shed too. So
is it topical or oral? That's what we need to find out. A spoonful makes me think oral. But
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Backing off my...
use ferret lax to help remove unintentionally ingested items that may not pass through their system. Frequent brushing will remove loose hair from the pet's coat and keep it from being ingested, minimizing hairball problems.
And that's nice things, everybody.
It's a great tasting internal lubricant that aids in the prevention and elimination of hairballs. Hey, I got one more thing from Bob. Bob sent me another thing, and I opened this up already too. And this is just
this is Bob Hedges from Minnesota.
Yeah, he's the pilot who gives us a lot of videos. He sent me this homemade doorstop that some guy made, a book called Tedium Troopers. And he said, this should help you get through the pandemic. I have no clue what it's about. I just knew you needed it. Use as toilet paper if necessary. So I have Tedium Troopers, brand new.
Okay.
The font is way too small. It's way too small. You can tell it's homemade. So
yeah. Well, you read all the ferret lax directions. I should read the back cover of that. we got nothing but time. Any other nice things?
That's it. I have one announcement. So I shipped off Tape Boy Uncle Bernie today. So that's going out to Steve in Maryland.
Just gorgeous works of art made out of VHS tapes. They're
So this guy, Keelan, he made us Tape Boy. Tape Boy's back at the office, but he made it out of VHS, and he puts teeth on it, and he puts, he announced what his next one is going to be. His last one was Bargain Bernie, Uncle Bernie. His new one, the one that he's working on right now is Mama Magic Sponge. So that's going to be that we'll receive in the office. But he already announced, he decided that Tape Boy's father, who's Tape Boy's father is going to be. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Father Dark Lord Blood.
Nice.
On VHS form.
It makes sense.
Yep.
And you're in touch with Dark Lord Blood. You can show it to him.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I have all the footage. I had problems with the video footage. I finally figured it out, and by next week, I'm hoping to have the Dark Lord Blood interview
Oh my God.
all ready to go. So
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a segment from George, right? We're going to want to do the tournament here?
Sure.
Okay.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Who will be the intellectual of isolation, the scholar of solitude? Our video virtuoso will be selected in sequestration right now on the VCR Smarty Quarantine Tournament. Are you all ready?
Let's do it.
I'm ready. I'm scared.
Who will know the video? Is it Nick or is it Joe? Find out tonight on VCR Smarty. Gentlemen, here's the big board. You'll see there are 4 categories: quotes, sports, shirts, and sexuality. They're arranged in 2 columns based on whether Nick or Joe presented each video clip on a past VCR Party Live episode. Either of you can select any question to answer from either category, but its point value depends on whether you chose to answer a question about your own video or your opponent's video. For example, if Nick chooses to answer a question about his own video, it's worth 1 point. But if he chooses to answer a question about the Joe video, it's worth 2 points.
Ooh,
however, if Nick gets it wrong, Joe gets a chance to answer that question.
Oh, okay.
I love it. And then how many points would I get? How many points would I get?
Your points are
I still get
a
one
Joe
if it's
question
mine.
is only worth 1 point to you, even
For
if you
Joe.
want to steal.
Makes sense.
I love this game so much.
Okay, we have it's 8 questions.
All right.
Whoever loses faces a penalty that will be decided upon by the Melindas on a Facebook and/or Twitter poll that you guys set up. I don't know. People make suggestions in the comments.
It'll probably have something to do with the hairball cream.
I hope whatever it is does not kill either of you.
Okay.
But it's not up to me.
But
So
if it
we're just going to go. We're going to go alphabetically. So Joe, pick a category. And
I can't really read what it says, but I'm going to go Blue Nick.
Okay.
Blue Nick.
So again, the categories are quotes, sports, shirts, or sexuality.
Oh, sexuality, Nick.
Okay. Brave man.
It's the greatest game you've ever come up with, George. I haven't even played it yet.
The first sexy video played on an episode of VCR Party Live was also the only sexy video played on VCR Party Live, episode 0. What was it?
I don't even think Nick's going to get this one. Episode 0, I think Jeff's Birds was on episode 0, wasn't it? That's not sexy. Hold on a second. Sexy treadmill workout.
Nick, for the steal.
Buxom Boxers? All right, well, this one needs no introduction. It's called Buxom Boxers. Actually, you do need to put this in, but then I'll read the description up here.
This is the sexy section of the show, right?
Yeah, this is kind of the last one I wanted to show you.
There it is.
Hey, on the board.
He's up 1-0.
Okay, that's right. So, Nick,
was that a guess, or did you know the answer to that?
No, I did know the answer. I had to think about it, but I knew it was box. I was going to say Foxy Boxers, and then I remembered, nope, Buxom.
All right,
Nick, pick a.
I'll go sports, Joe.
All right. Based on the video's 1992 title, in what city does women's coleslaw wrestling take place?
Daytona?
Let's watch the video.
But it is women's coleslaw wrestling. and it is exactly that. It's not really that sexy at all.
No, speak for yourself.
Here and give us a little bit of an idea of what's happening out here today.
Today, you viewers are going to have a great shot at one of the craziest events in all Daytona. It's the 3rd annual Sam Sula.
That's right. It was.
God damn it.
It was. So that was.
Hey-o.
Nick,
Yeah, but that's I mean, we still play that in Volume 9, so of course he's going to remember that one.
I didn't know what was behind that category.
Okay, Joe. There's
like
still
the
time
game's
to make
rigged.
up the difference.
I'm going to go with Nick quotes.
Okay. High tech. What film has the line, "The name's McAllister, Turkey"?
Hawk Jones.
I got a weird one. Have you watched Hawk Jones before?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't watched the whole thing. I've watched clips from
This
it.
is called The Movie with the Kids in It, it says in the little starburst. Here's a scene where the chief, the hard Scrabble chief, confronts Hawk Jones for not making enough arrests.
Now, as for you, the as of for today, you have a partner. A partner? Bring in McAllister. No, that's out of the question.
Here comes-
I work alone.
Here comes McAllister.
You don't have any say in this matter, Hawk. Meet your new partner. The bride? The name's McAllister, Turkey.
Wow.
There it is. Yes. On the
Back
board.
at it.
Okay.
Yes.
So again, it's 3-2 in
Okay.
favor of Nick, who is up right now.
That
I'll
one
go-
really challenged me. That
I'll
was
go
like I had
shirts
to
for
push my
Joe.
brain.
You'll do Joe's shirts, okay?
Yep.
Right to the floor.
Put it on the blooper reel.
At the conclusion of Jeff Holper's "I Want to Be a Mole Killer" instructional tape, a promotional blue T-shirt is offered for sale that includes his caricature. What is the white text that appears on this T-shirt?
Oh, I should know it. I want to be a mole killer?
Joe.
Mole Killer. So last week, Magnetic Magic in Kansas City sent us this one. I want to be a mole killer.
Hi, my name's Jeff Holper. I'm the president of Holper's Pest and Animal Solutions.
Traps, books, and mole killer wear, shirts and hats.
Oh, I want that.
Hold on, look at
Oh,
Sweet
damn
success.
it. He gave himself more hair than he actually has.
Oh, was it? Oh!
It was
Nobody-
Sweet Success.
Nobody got it.
Sweet success. I thought, okay, the shirt after that says mole killer. It just says mole killer.
But I think he said the white text.
I said the one above the one with him with the caricature. So that was
Wow. All right.
God damn it.
Nobody gets it. But that was my pick. So now I think Joe.
Okay, so I'm going to go Nick. I'll go with the red one, sports. Nick Sports. For the lead.
all right. Nick Sports. This question is great. As soon as I find it. What fictional competition pits the rich against the poor in the 1985 film Pulse Beat?
One more time.
What fictional competition pits the rich against the poor in the 1985 film Pulse Beat?
Nick looks confident. I think he's got this one, Joe. Pressure is on you.
I wasn't paying attention during this one. There's no way I was listening during this one. I was thinking about something else. Pulse Beat. A dance competition.
Can you be more specific?
Oh, a sexy dance competition.
Sorry, Nick.
I believe it's an aerobathon.
Let's watch the video.
Same thing. Same thing.
I think it's up to Steve to decide.
Let me see the video and then I'll decide.
You wanted the name of the competition, right? Okay. Well, I got one called Pulse Beat here. This one, it's like, what, is there an aerobics competition? No, not in real life. They made one up. They called it an aerobathon. And the idea was to do aerobics as long as you could, and the last person standing won the prize. Here's the aerobathon. There's only 3 left. This is a long scene. That guy dropped out.
Have you watched the whole movie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to side with Nick.
I won the aerobathon.
Yeah. I mean,
All right,
aerobathon's basically dance, but whatever.
Let me go Joe quotes.
What is the repeated line from the video Groping Photographers?
It didn't say he had the money.
I'm sorry, I got to go to Joe.
Can you please repeat the question?
There
are lots of lines in this.
What is the repeated line in the film Groping Photographers?
I didn't say he stole the money.
Missed it by one word.
All right, so this is Groping Photographers here. And so...
I hate the cover so bad.
so bad.
Tess, you said he stole the money.
I didn't say he stole the money.
You said he stole the money.
I
What are we
didn't
watching here?
say he stole the money.
What are we watching?
Tess, you said he stole the money.
I didn't say he stole the money. I didn't say he stole the money.
They keep emphasizing different words.
Stole the money.
I didn't say he stole the money.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so 3 to 4?
3 to 4.
3 to 4. Okay, so for the lead, I'm going to go with the last one on Nick's board. It's going to be the longest show ever. But I'm fine with it. I'm having fun.
I'm sorry,
I don't know
guys.
if anybody else is.
Okay.
If only we hadn't read the entire ferret laxative bottle.
Right thing.
Okay, Nick Shirts, answered by Joe first. What message is written on the sleeveless undershirt of exercise video guru Pavel Goberman?
One more time. Repeat it one more time.
What message is written on the sleeveless undershirt of exercise video guru Pavel Goberman?
Get energized.
Nick.
I got energized.
Fuck. That's the name of the fucking videos, Get Energized. God damn it.
I love that Joe's never competitive.
How many would you have gotten, Steve?
No, I wouldn't have done very well at all.
So here's a Russian or American that we really love. It's Pavel Goberman.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't love us, but so we're gonna watch a little bit of Pavel Goberman Get Energized.
Good morning. My name is Pavel. What is more important than being healthy? It costs too much to be sick and old. I'm 60.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yes.
I'm gonna genuinely lose sleep over that one tonight. I'm gonna genuinely lose sleep. I'm gonna stare at the ceiling. I'm gonna be like, "You stupid idiot! You
I'm
stupid idiot!"
I'm gonna be like, he didn't say he had the money; it stole the money. Well, just for the bonus, I'll go with Joe's sexuality.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see this one.
According to the hunks of fun-to-know car care tips, when you suck up antifreeze into your tester, how many balls should be floating?
3.
Joe, can you improve on that answer?
Yes, I can. 3 to 4 balls.
Oh. Tossing and turning. I knew 4 was an option.
I've been wanting to watch this one for so long. It's on the cover, so boring. Yeah, because look at the back here. Look at this. They have 2 hunks, shirtless hunks
Oily,
on the back.
Greased up hunks.
Take your antifreeze tester and stick it in to the radiator. Squeeze the tip and suck up some antifreeze into the tester.
The antifreeze part.
If you have 3 or 4 balls floating, you're okay.
Oh, man. You know what I'm really going to lose sleep over is the Sweet Success. Because Sweet Success, I think about Sweet Success all the time. I thought you were talking about the other shirt on there that was called it just said Mole Killer.
That's why I got to listen carefully to the questions. What's the final score, George?
It looks like this is 4 to 6.
No, because I sold that last one.
Right. I was up 4-3.
Okay, then it's tied 4-4.
No,
I stole that one. You said you were up 4. You were up 4-3.
The last time he announced the scores.
What? The last time he announced the score?
Yeah, but then I got.
I'm talking about
right
going into
after
this.
I know that Nick was ahead of you by 2 points, and then you just got 1 point. So I know that Nick won.
Okay.
He just said 6-4. No.
I think then maybe 6-5. I'll have to watch the tape. I
think it's tied. Nick said it was 4-3 going into it.
No, I didn't say going into it.
Point.
The last time he announced the scores, it was 4-3.
Who cares about the last time he announced it?
Well,
you said it. I said, what was the score going into it? And you said 4-3. And
I won the aerobathon.
Congratulations, Nick. By the way, do you know why there were 2 question columns?
Why?
Because Joe complained during the last VCR Smarty that they were all Nick videos, so he had to make sure he
found another way to weasel out of the loop.
I can't tell you how much time it took to find matching categories.
Nice job on the quiz, George.
Well, but here's the other thing. Here's the other problem with your quiz, George. here's what your problem is with the quiz this time is that you had too much stuff from Volume 9 in the show, which is something we still tour. So of course Nick knew Daytona. That was an easy question.
We toured with Mole Killer too, so of course you would have gotten. Oh no, you got that one wrong.
No, would we tour? No, well,
there is
the
an
VCR
equal
Party.
amount.
No, not in Volume 9. Mole Killer's not in Volume 9.
What about 3 or 4 balls? That was your question, right?
Okay.
All right. Good. I won the game show. Thanks, George.
VCR Smarty.
Oh yeah, we got an exciting EP mode episode coming up. John Glazer is joining us to watch a Moose Lodge video.
Oh yeah. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a good one. I'm still
patrons.
upset about my loss here. I don't like losing.
And we got a good Quarantine Classics coming up Saturday, so we'll see you then. We're gonna get out on Starbucks, so that's it, right?
Take off your shirt. End it with your shirt off. Rip it off, Nick! Rip it off!
Here's we built this Starbucks on heart and soul.
Who trains the licensees how to run the bar? Who seals the deals and has coffee in the backseat of their car? We tell you we need you, 'cause we're coffee fools.
When we return, Dr. Sellner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
That's all I'm doing.
We'll be right back right after that.